Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another week on the farm. My name is Michael. You spoke to my brother David last week and it is Monday and today we're out here just doing a bit of rolling on some of the ground that we drilled last week. It's come through quite well, it's drilled off very nicely and we're just kind of getting this rolled down today because we're due a little bit of a rain shower tonight. So we thought we'd get onto the ground now because we have got a little bit of extra work that we need to get to at some stage. I just don't know if we'll get around to doing it today. So yeah, David, who is predominantly more of the tractor driver of the two of us, is out in the 77. He's going to get that all finished up today. And then we've got a few other bits and pieces to do, but I'm going to leave him here. This is spring barley in the ground here, and it went in very well actually. We flew through this field. Well, at least David did when I was away getting sheep the other day. So we're going to leave him to do that. And I'm actually going to take you down to the yard, where I figured that today I'm going to show you some of our other equipment. We've gone through the tractors that we have, the 3 machines. Now we're going to go through all of the hay equipment actually. We're going to go through the hay shed. And just show you, they're probably some of the most used pieces of equipment on the yard here. We do a lot of custom work, I'm sure David would allude it to, so we'll have a look through it all, see what we've got. Yeah, I've got a few things to put around with the rest of the day. It's not too much happening today, like I say, that the rain coming this afternoon's kind of stopped us a little bit from pushing too far ahead, but that's not the end of the world. It's supposed to be nice towards the end of the week there, and if it is, then great, we'll really look to try and crack on from there. So we're going to just cruise around the corner. We have quite a bit of hay equipment. We do a lot of custom work, we do a lot of baling of hay for the equestrian industry. So we have all of that ready. We just got to get out and get ready, get all these two really old kind of bale carts, for want of a better phrase. Let's just turn it off actually. So we use these, and we're going to get into the reason why we use these, but these are fairly simple dollies, just allow us to cart bales around, and it works effortlessly really. And I'll show you why we use those in just a moment. So as we come into our hay shed, this is where we stack hay, but where we keep all of our equipment as well when the hay is gone. As you can see, we've got a fair array of equipment. We've got our brand new round baler. Now we don't typically buy a lot of new equipment. The new equipment that we do buy is usually 2 of the tractors and the round baler. Now the last round baler we had, we sold with we traded in about 35,000 bales on the clock, so it was it had been used very well. That was an old class, but we decided to go for a new Crone this time around, and it's a very impressive bit of kit. Could even be used, as you can see inside there, we've got the cylindrical chopping mechanism, so we could even use this for grass silage if we ever need to. But that's nothing that we need to do just yet. We got a Kuhn 4-meter mower. Now we used to have a 3-meter trailed mower. Traded that back in and bought this at a farm auction actually about, this is our 3rd season with this now, so we've had it for a while. But yeah, 4 meters, we get a good pass in one go there. We don't quite need something on the front yet, we don't need to have 2, we don't have that much capacity. Maybe one day that'll change. And then on this side we have tethers in our old baler. So, an old class tether. This is a 4-rotor tether, it's not very wide. It's not very wide here. I think this is in the region of about 4 meters. It does its job for us. We keep it going. Don't have to look after it too much there. It's very easy to maintain. Now that we have a larger rake, we might want to opt to at some point to go down to something a little bit smaller here, but that's not going to be happening just yet. Like I say, it works, and these kind of new tethers are expensive, so we haven't found anything that's cheap enough for us to get to. This is our Kuhn rake. This is, I think it's a little under 9 meters in width. We picked this one up probably, this is 2 seasons old now. We went from a 1-rotor rake to 2 rotors. We can get a lot more output here when we're doing hay, and it's sometimes it's a little bit tricky when we're doing square bales. We've got to be a bit careful about that because we don't want to make too big a swaths. But yeah, we'll get flying through it. And when we'll do straw as well. And if we have to turn the straw, this works fantastically well for that. And we don't bale round, we bale a little bit of round bale straw, but we also do a lot of square bale straw because we sell quite a bit of it to the cattle market, and they really do prefer to buy big squares these days. Speaking of squares, we've got our really old New Holland 378. Now, a lot of you will notice that we have the bale chute on the back here. Let's go around here. Now, there's a very good reason for that. We used to have a flat 8 grab and flat 8 equipment, and they just slowly fell apart. So we retrofitted on the back this bale cannon, really, for want of a better word. and that's why we have those 2 dolly trailers, and we catch the bales into there. We only bale small square bales for the horses, so we don't do too many. We probably do about 500 a year. So what we do is we throw them into there, and then they just get hand stacked on the back and the back end. So that's plenty for what we need. The baler itself is in fantastic condition. Everything works. We just tick it over. It gets stored indoors in the winter, so we don't get any weather damage to it. And then that's all it needs to do. We just look after it from there. So ideally, I would prefer to go back to the conventional flat 8 grab bale sledge, but to be honest, I can't find a good one secondhand anywhere. Everything that we've seen on the secondhand market is in pieces, for want of a better phrase. It's rotten away. The mechanism on the bale sledge won't work, for example, and it's just not worth the time. You spend more time kind of patching it all together than you would anything else. The tractor itself works very well. We are on the lookout for an old, small, maybe like a small 2-wheel drive tractor that we can stick onto the baler. We don't really need to stick our big machines on at all. But we haven't found one. Dad used to have an old 4000 Ford, which we stuck onto that for a while, and it worked perfectly until he decided to sell that. So at the moment, we'll typically stick the 77 onto there and just let that tick away. And it does so pretty darn well, actually. What we're going to do now, I'm just going to have a bit of a drive through the sheep at the moment. They're getting to that time of year where they're getting a little bit prone to being on the back. It's with the rain and the sun and the rain again, it gets very warm for them, so we're going to try and scratch the backs and they get stuck in the back there, and if they're not rolled over, it can end disastrously for them. So we'll just pop over here and we'll see how this all goes. There we go, let's have a quick pop over the wall. I don't like to take the ATV in there too much. It's easy just to have a walk around them some days. But it looks to be doing okay. There's a fair bit of grass in here for them to keep going with, so they're fairly content. We brought back another 27 the other day from a breeder, so we're now up to about 130, which is a good start. We're looking to continue to build this. We have picked up some more land that I think we're going to have a look at in the next few days. We've rented a little bit of grassland that we can put some sheep onto to graze this summer. So we're going to have a look at that for sure. But yeah, they look alright actually. They're doing very well. I'll have to get them sheared at some point soon. But yeah, we'll definitely cross that bridge later on in the day. Well, we're going to leave it here for today. Tune in tomorrow and we'll be up to something different. If the weather is as bad as it says, we're likely going to be checking out the new land. Got lots to do this week. We will be getting some more field work done at some stage as soon as the weather will permit. So watch the space for that one. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. How you all doing today? It's Tuesday. It's wet. It's miserable. It's great. It's typical Irish weather here in Tipperary as we are trying to get ahead and failing. It is, well, it has been raining now for the last few hours, so I've come out into our new block of land that we've leased. Just gonna got the mower a little bit there. Start the ground out a touch. And yeah, we're just going to come knock off the tops of this. It's not a particularly good field of grass right now. It's very stringy, very weedy, so we're going to knock this out so at least the sheep can come in and graze it down again. If we kick them straight to here now, they're going to get some problems with the feet with the long grass there. It tends to increase the chance of a foot infection for them, so we're going to just carry on with this for the day. Shouldn't take us too long to do. It's a nice little push for the T5 as well. Took the loader off it just so we can have a bit of a play. And yeah, it seems to be going pretty well so far actually. Handling everything that I'm throwing at it, for sure. Once we get this done, then we'll be able to get some livestock down here. We need to get a water traffic down here for them, and then they're pretty much good. So that's what we'll be looking into doing over the course of the next few days. As long as it's raining, at least we'll kind of be rained off the field work. There we go. Yeah, so whilst we're rained out the field work, we'll get this done here. Just smartens everything up there and gets us in with the sheep. We've got to keep some where they are, but we're going to bring probably half of them down this way, I would imagine. Yeah, we'll see how it's all looking from there. Ultimately, I think it'll work very well. But yeah, it's like I say, pretty dull. David is back at the yard at the moment. They're just getting everything ready. We're going to be drilling. Hopefully, if the weather improves, next few days, we might not get on tomorrow. We've got some spraying to do, and we've got some more groundwork to do. We've got some more. We're going to put some spring wheat into the ground, and we can't do it either until the rain stops, really. So David's just kind of getting the machinery ready back over there. and then we'll be kind of good to get cracking along again. What I'm going to do is keep rumbling through this field here. I have the drone with me, so we're going to bring that out. I have piloted it a little bit, so I kind of know what I'm doing. Fingers crossed, and we'll see what it's looking like. Folks, we're flying through this now. We've got a little bit sticky in places. It's still raining, as you can well gather. But yeah, we're nearly halfway through. We're just going to finish out this little block on this side, and then we'll get the rest of it done. After that, it's back to the yard, where we're going to just potter around the yard and try and find something to do for the next, 4 or 5 hours, I would say. But yeah, pretty miserable day. As expected, I guess, in some respects. It's nice to get this little T5 out to do something other than load of work and just give it a good pushing, and it seems to handle everything quite well, so that's a good thing. Moving on though, we will have to get it stuck back onto the loader because we're going to need it to fill up the drill tomorrow. Tomorrow if the rain stops and we can get a bit of a breeze going through to dry out the ground. If not, it might be Friday, but we'll see. We will see. We'll leave it here for now though, and we'll catch back up with you later on when the going is good. Well, afternoon folks, welcome. It's Thursday, we got some blue sky, the rain is gone, it's getting a little drier, not dry enough for us to get on with any drilling this morning, but it's getting there. Maybe tomorrow should be good, but we'll see. We're going to go do a bit of contract spraying though right now. Got one field to go and do, of oats actually, we need to go and get it on the way, so we're just going to jump into the 77. You'll notice we stuck the row crops on here as well. It's getting to that time. Some of our ground we're still going to be going over with, which could still have the regular wheels on, but some of the contract work we're coming to is a little tall, so we are going to need to get into that pretty soon. And we'll keep the row crops on for the foreseeable anyway. Let's see how we go. We're only going a short way away, not too far at all. Now, with the weather we've had a lot of sun and a lot of rain, and a lot of sun, a lot of rain. It's turned into some great growing conditions. Spring barley has started to emerge, but so have the weeds. So we have to get in there fairly soon with some post-emergent herbicide. Let's get that killed off, any broadleaf in there, and hopefully that'll get on top of it all. It's dry enough now as well that we might look to move some sheep as well. We're going to get those guys moved down to the ground that we kind of flail mowed yesterday. Get on top of that really. So that will be another plan coming up soon, but yeah, we're just going to get this done all first, and then we'll see how the ground's looking after that to get some the last of our spring crops drilled. I think we've got 2 fields left, approximately I would say about 40 acres between them. Okay, and off we go. We're heading to the field that's just there, not this grass one, the next one. Yeah, it's just some oats in the ground here that just need a bit of a kick really to get them going. And Shouldn't take too long. We actually drilled this back in the autumn. Came in okay. There was a little bit of a wet autumn, but they seem to establish themselves all right. Yeah, we'll get ourselves in here. Looks like they're looking a bit thirsty there. Starting to look a little bit stressed out. We need a little bit of nitrogen to get them going. Alright, then we've got a hardy sprayer on this. It's 24 meters. This is about all we need. And we've had this now for a couple of years. We keep it in great condition because we do, like I say, a fair bit of contract work with it. And it's a good little option for us to get some additional funds coming in. Just raise up that boom height just a shade. That should about do us there. Don't want it to be too high. You want it to, when you start to spray, you want it to spray the jet just to be touching the top of the crop there already. Should be good to go at that. Perfect. And we'll get this field done fairly quickly, I would imagine. It's not the biggest in the world, but hey, yeah, we'll get it done. And then it's onwards. Everything's coming along quite nicely. It's fantastic growing weather at the moment, must say. It's really looking quite good. No concerns about that. As long as it doesn't continue to rain too much, we should be good. I don't know quite what happened along that far side. Maybe the drill was blocked up actually when that was when we did that bit. That hasn't come through very well at all. We'll have to come back in and put something else into there perhaps, but we'll see. We'll see what they say. Looks quite dry actually. All being said. And up we go here. 77 is for the most part is our main sprayer tractor really. It stays on this quite a lot of the year round. The T7 is a bit too big. It's a bit too big to power this sprayer, but also just a bit too big physically. Just do quite a bit of damage. We don't have any row crops for it, so it tends not to come out into this. So yeah, put the 77 onto it. It does a fine job. Now, God forbid if we ever have to lose this machine, I'm not sure what we'll quite do. Wait, a rogue bitter corn there. Yeah, it's another beautiful day in Tipperary. Absolutely. Do let me know how a few of you mentioned that you are from Tip as well. Do let me know if you're watching this from Ireland, whereabouts you're watching. Always do like to know. We'll give you some shout outs, and we do try and get to read the comments where possible. Let me doors open. Just pop open a few times there. The spring's partly gone because it doesn't quite pull it shut or doesn't push it open, it just kind of hovers. You can see our fuel gauge on the side there is working nicely. We're about a quarter of a tank down, which is about right, yeah. We're putting this on pretty heavily. It's quite a strong mix here, just to allow it to really keep going. We're in tier 1s right now, just so at this stage, as the plant begins to show its next leaf, we want to get in here right now and spray this, just because it gives it a real boost for when that does happen. And in we go. And this, like I say, this really won't take us too long to do at all. Flying through here now. Not too much wind around either, but then just a gentle breeze. We can get by with that. We don't want anything too windy, because then you'll find the spray just blows all over the place. But it's plenty good enough for us. It's also meaning that because it's nice and sunny there, it is baking everything off quite nicely. I don't think that we'll get to do any groundwork today. I know brother's trying to get some sheep moved, so we might be on with that with a loader tractor. He's taken a water trough down there today to get that new land set up there, that small little field, just so we can have a second place to put some lambs into really. Give them some grazing ground now they've been separated from the ewes, and they can kind of stay away down there just to get some good fattening up. Yeah, we're probably going to keep a lot of those lambs actually this year. We're trying to continue to build up our fleet there, so we'll definitely keep hold of those guys and see how they develop at least. With lambs, you've got to be quite careful with them because they do just require a lot of attention. Make sure that they don't get infested with any maggots or anything, or they don't need cleaning at all. They're quite often prone just to eating everything in sight, so it gives them more problems than they're worth. Yeah, we do need to. They're a good bloodline, they're a good stock, so we do want to keep those where possible. Make sure that we can get everything, get a good herd going here. Recently got all of the, well, majority of the ewes shorn, so we got a couple of pallets of wool waiting around, which typically isn't worth a great deal. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it this year. It's stacked up in the shed at the moment right now, which I'm going to leave it be. Trying to think of an idea for that one at some stage, but yeah, I'm not all that sure what that's going to look like right now. We'll figure something out, I'm sure of it. And just like that, we're coming into the final wedges here in the corner. The last probably 2 runs, I should imagine. And yeah, we're not going to quite use the full tank up here. This hardy tank on the sprayer is surprisingly big, actually. Bigger than you'd imagine it to be. So yeah, it's going to get us through pretty well. And just like that, it's a nice quick job done, and then we'll get back. We're probably going to go and order our own herbicides today so we can get our own spring ground covered. Keep an eye on that one before the weeds get out of hand completely. And then we'll see how that all goes. And down we go to wrap it all up there. Just like that, we're going to be done. So we're going to leave it here. We're going to take this back down to the yard there, but we'll get a few things ready for tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get back into the fields in some capacity, see what it's all looking like, and yeah, we'll try and get some more work done there and get ahead of the game. So we'll see you all later on. Well folks, would you look at that, the sun is shining down on us here in Tipperary today. It's Friday, it's been a long week of intermittent showers, heavy rain showers, intermittent sun, and beautiful, glorious sunny days. All that's meant that eventually we're out putting in some spring wheat again, so we're going to continue through. One problem being, for some reason, the Trimble GPS on the tractor has stopped working. So I've had to go back to the old school ways of putting the marker down. So we're going to continue anyway. I don't really want to have to wait around just to get something like that fixed. As you'll notice, I'm going a little bit of an angle here to how we work this down. Main reason for that being is just so we can knock off any of the tops left by the power harrow. Just to kind of give us a little bit of a more even finish, even bed. So we're going to keep going through here anyway and get this all done today. We are drilling a variety of spring wheat, which is going to go into feed. This is called KWS Kilburn, and it is, like I said, it's a feed wheat, which means that we don't have to rely too much on the quality. Whilst yes, it's still good to get good protein levels in the back end, it's less important as it could be, let's put it that way. And that's what we need to rely on. If you go for like a molten barley or a granary wheat, then if you get a bad summer or a bad spring, really, when it's establishing, like we tend to do here, let's be honest, in Ireland, it can really damage that. So we always go for a milton wheat, for a feed wheat, beg your pardon, and it works well for us. And this variety has a lot of straw. It's not a dwarf straw, it's a long full length stem, which means that we get a good amount of straw at the back, because ultimately we bale this up and we want to sell it off for the best possible price. So that's what we're going to be doing, and yeah, it's going in quite well so far. We've just started my use, so there's still plenty of time for something to go wrong. Let's hope it doesn't. Michael today is away out filling up that new sheep yard. He's separating the ewes and lambs, and they are the lambs are going down to that new bit of grass we got. It's about a 15-minute drive away each way, so he's taking his time. Trouble being, he's out in the T5 with the loader, so he better get back soon, because I'm going to need filling up in probably about, I don't know, 6 acres or so. So we'll see how that one goes. But we're just going to keep cracking through here. Might see if we can figure out what's going on with this GPS over the course of the next few days. If not, hopefully today. Just can't get it to recognise the AB marker at the moment, so that's a little bit frustrating. But we'll see how it goes. And worst case scenario, like I say, we'll just have to keep using the markers, and then we'll get a fitter out to come and have a look at the GPS. Because I can kind of play with it, I can kind of get it going, but any more than that, then it's beyond me. So we'll get the guys in who are paid to do that, I think. But yeah, that's us going, and we're going fairly well there right now, I would say. It's a big field. It's one of our biggest that we have at the moment there, and it's going to take us, well, I'm not going to get it all done today, but we'll keep going through it nonetheless. And after that, yeah, we're looking good. Got our herbicide ordered in so we can get the broadleaf herbicide sprayed down onto that field of spring barley that looks like it's going out of control right now. So probably have to do that tomorrow, I should imagine. But yeah, ultimately very happy with how we're getting on. We're going to keep on going as well, see how much more of this we can get done over the course of the next hour or two, and then we'll be cracking along for sure. We're really not getting too far away. If the weather stays as it is, we're not too far away from thinking about hay as well. So we'll be getting the first cut done. We like to get the first cut done early because that's going to be round bales, and then anything else after that is all square really. Well, most of it will be square, some of it will be round bales again. But we've got a lot that we want to get going, so we want to get at least 2 full cuts off, maybe a bit more. So yeah, look forward to that. We might even try and get the mower out into the field next week if the weather's going to be good. So watch this space for that one. For now though, we're going to keep trundling through this. We're going to get as much of this done as possible today. And then we will see you all next week for another update. I hope you have enjoyed this one. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who blogs everything myself and my brother are doing. And we'll be back with you with another update as we progress through the week next week. Until then though, have yourself a great weekend, enjoy what you're doing. I hope the weather's kind to you wherever you are, and we'll see you all down the line.